Hey guys, I'm back for another video and welcome to another redstone tutorial, and in this one I am going to be demonstrating my ultimate minecart station design. So let's get in here and kill the skeleton before he causes any trouble. Bye bye. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into this minecart system here, and I dare say it is the best design for a minecart station in all of Minecraft. Yes, I'm saying it right here, right now. Most convenient minecart station in Minecraft. So, you want to see it? Okay. So, we're going to go to our destination. So, here we are at the destination, but let's go back because we're going to go back home. And here we are, we're home. Now we just go back and do our own thing. Was that too fast for you? Okay, let's do it again. Boom. Make it to our destination, which is up here. Well, now let's go back because we're done over there. And here we are back at home. So, yeah, extremely fast, super convenient, and almost hands-free. All you have to do is step on this minecart, hold right-click over by where the minecart's going to be, and then it just puts you there. And then, of course, when you come back, all you have to do is you just have to sit in the minecart. Just go on the other way back. It sends you over here, and you walk right out the door without even pressing any buttons. So, let's get on with the tutorial. So, the first step to building this machine is you're going to have to find a wall, of course. And then you're going to have to dig out a couple holes in the wall, like so, with one block between. And there you go. Then you dig out these two blocks. And then this block you replace with a dispenser facing up. And then this block you replace with a redstone repeater. Then what you have to do is put a pressure plate, any type of pressure plate will do, right here in front of the repeater. So of course when you step on it, it will activate the dispenser. So then what you do is you put a block on top of the repeater like this. There you go. And then in the back here, you're going to want to put a powered rail on top of each dispenser. So then what you do is you make the rail go out a couple blocks. It doesn't have to be very far. And then you're going to have to test which direction the rails face, because of course, depending upon the orientation of this machine, the rails will face in different directions. So if you were to say put a rail right here, and then you get rid of, actually, yeah, you surround this in rails, which direction will it face when you do this? And as you can see, it faces there by default, which is not good, because what we want is for it to do that. And there you go. But of course it's not facing the correct direction, so what you're gonna have to do is put another one up there, and nope, not there. This is kind of interesting. Okay, we can go like that. There we go. Now it is facing in the correct direction. And maintaining this direction here is very important. So of course this is like the worst orientation to have this machine in. Actually the easiest way to do this, I would say, is to put down the powered rail last. But of course you're gonna have to undo some of the things you already did to get the rails in the correct orientation. But once you have it in that orientation, it will stay. So your goal is to have all of your rails face in one direction. It could be facing this way, but in my case, it faces left. So what happens is on the way back, they're going to come in, and then they're going to skip over that rail. And then, of course, imagine they're all the same. Skip, 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 and then make it to the end where the cactus is. So as you can see, all of the rails are now facing in this direction, which is what you want. So once you've achieved this step, what you should be able to do is get a minecart, and if you really want to test everything out, you can, but I don't advise you to do that because that's quite annoying. But what you could try out is putting a dispenser, or putting a minecart in the dispenser, and boom, and then it sends you off in this direction, and then of course on the way back, it will, if I can put that rail there. Go, go. Okay, it's not gonna work. You need to go like this, and there you go. So as you can see, it does work. It brings you to the end here. So now what you have to do is replace each one of these with a powered rail, and then put a block up here, and then put a lever on top of the blocks. And as you can see, it activates the powered rail. It just makes it so you have a little bit of momentum as you're going through, because that is needed for the next part, which is the minecart itemizer. So in order to make one of those, you're going to need a piece of sand, you're going to need some cactus, and you're going to need a couple of hoppers like this. So what we do is we take our sand, and first off, we want to figure out where it is that the players are coming out of, and I would recommend right here, because as you can see, it's lined up with the rest of them. So there you go. That's our little exit tunnel there. So that means that the sand has to go here, the cactus has to go here. You put a block on top of the cactus, then you put a block here, and don't put one there, because then it will break the cactus. Because of course you can't have a block directly next to cactus. You can have it diagonal though, like this. And you can have it on top, of course. You just kind of surround it in blocks, and there you go. So then what we do is we get our hoppers, and we have to loop our hoppers around to the point where it will get us to a point that's outside. And okay, pay attention to the direction of the hoppers here, very important. Boom, boom, and then a third one just for good measure right there. So as you can see, the hopper line is facing this direction, then the next one is also facing that one, then this one's facing this direction. So what should happen now is once I get these two powered rails, here, let's actually make the hopper line go a little bit farther. So I'm just going to put like a block over here and then put a hopper just for a test. There you go. So what should happen is if you have a minecart and you bring it over to that spot, then you should be able to itemize it, as I like to call it. So then we just go in here, boop, and boom. Minecart itemized, and as you can see, it is in the hopper at the end, which is what you need to do, so I'd highly recommend you test that out before you go forward. One thing to note is however you orient this, make sure that this lever isn't powering any of the hoppers, because what that's going to do is limit the flow of minecart. So if you notice that the minecart does not make it to the end, that's either because you are powering it or it's not facing the right way. So let's take a break from this little system over here, and let's provide a way to get minecarts into these dispensers automatically. So the way I figured out how to do it is you take a hopper, you face it into there, and then you go up a couple blocks like that, and then do that to every minecart. Boop, 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 boop. And again, just reflect this design if your rails are facing in the opposite direction. And then what you do is you get a minecart, or not a minecart, you get a little hopper trail, and wherever the end is, like wherever this rail goes in, that's where you start your hopper line. You go boom, and then you just keep on going like this. And as you can see, if you were to drop a minecart in here, it will go down into this dispenser here, but then once that dispenser and all these hoppers fill up, it will then go to the next one, fill that up, and then it will fill this one, then this one, then this one. So now you see why it requires so much iron, because you need 5 minecarts per hopper, and you need 9 minecarts per dispenser. Okay guys, one thing I forgot to mention before, you can also put a block here, but what you should do with this design is put a piece of glass right there, because what that will do is make it so the player does not appear on that rail, and it doesn't hurt them, because if you were to put a solid block like andesite, then they're just going to start getting hurt, and that's not good. But glass, they will not get hurt, and they will appear on this side every time, so you can of course just have them come right on out. One thing I'd also recommend to make it so people don't step on the pressure plate by accident is to put some sort of a block or fences around each one of these pressure plates, because the last thing you want is for someone to step on this, a minecart goes flying out, and then you can't get it. Okay guys, so as you can see, I cleaned things up a bit, made it into this big rectangular prism, and it is pretty awesome looking. It looks very similar to the one over there, except this one's actually a block in, but of course that's your own preference. You can always change the design a little bit. As long as the main concept's the same, it still works fine. So the last step to getting this machine to work 100% is you're going to have to connect these two hopper lines. And first off, before we even start working with redstone, we have to move this redstone line and you'll see why later. And it's not a redstone line, it's a hopper line. Derp. Okay, so anyway, there we go. So now the hopper line is a bit more out, and then we could take our droppers and put one right there, and then lead our hoppers into it, because we need to give ourselves a little bit of space when working with this item elevator. It's going to be kind of annoying, but totally necessary. So then we go like that, and again we need to give ourselves some space, so we're going to go up one more block, and we're going to go with hoppers like that. So then the redstone part. So let's go down here and put down our comparator. Good chunk. Then we put some blocks there. Then we put a redstone torch, redstone block, not redstone block. We take a block and put it like that. Put another one there, redstone there, and then we put a torch there. And as you can see, it turns off, which is preferred. And then you take another block and put it up there, and then you repeat the process. So then we just go up here and put another comparator, put another torch, put another block, one there, redstone, and then you put a torch, and I can't get in there, boom, then you put the block here, block there, and that should be everything. Actually, one thing that we don't need to do is we don't need that top one. So all we have to figure out now is how to get it to go past that point without hitting this block, because that is powered by the redstone. So let's figure this out. Oh, there's an easy way to do that. We could just go like this. We take our hopper line, go like that. And there we go. That should work. And now our items should be able to get from the bottom, which is right here, all the way into here. So let's actually cut off the flow here and make sure it gets to this point. So let's take a minecart, and we're going to just go cha, and then let's see how far it gets now. Boom, 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 and there it is. So then if I were to connect this point, you should see it down in this dispenser right here, along with some blocks. Yeah, there you go. So now it is fully functional. It lets the minecarts into the dispensers from here. So all you have to do at this point is craft a ton of minecarts and just basically do this. If you're in creative, it's easy, but if you're in survival, not so easy. As you can see, the minecart itemizer is turning them into items, and then it's going up into the redstone item elevator, and then it brings it up into this hopper line here and down into the dispenser, as you can see here, and then it starts filling up, and then of course it will eventually overflow into the next one, then the next one, then the next one, then the next one. So it's going to require a ton of minecarts, but now you could just go like this, maybe put a wall here, and then call it a day. You finally have your absolutely amazing minecart transportation system. So that's it for the tutorial, guys. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed, and if you have any other more extremely convenient designs, then make sure to share it with me, because I will probably end up making a tutorial on it in your name. But of course, I came up with this one, so yeah, that's where credit goes to me, because I made the design. So just one last run of it, wee boop, and then goes up into the elevator and then down into the dispenser. So that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.